Good morning. It's rainy today. Well, rainy-ish today. It's raining when I walked in, so I got wet. Heart rate is what I wanted to talk about today. So, heart rate strap, heart rate watch. So this is my daily watch. It's a Garmin. Now Garmin, well, there's quite a few manufacturers around. Not that I'm supporting Garmin. We've got Sunto. We've got Nike. Everyone's got their little got the devices out now. You can get it on your phone. So I just like my 920 XT. Been around for donkeys, love it, does its job. Battery's probably getting a bit old now, but it works really well. There's some new watches out now, and my wife's got one that plays music through Bluetooth headset and takes her heart rate through two little lights in the back of it on her wrist. Technology, isn't that great? If you're a tech triathlete, this stuff's just fantastic. You know, you start drooling over some of this stuff, especially when you start reading about it on the internet. You're like, wow, this thing did what? Unfortunately, mine just does heart rate. Oh, and a few other little bits and pieces, but yeah, that's what we're looking for. So, heart rate, right? The thing when you go, yep, I'm still kicking, right? So, I've had a few questions tossed at me about where should I be when I'm actually, or where my heart rate should be when I'm actually running. Ooh, big subject, very big subject. So let's start by doing the very, very bare basics, all right? So heart rate, there's a calculation that's been around for eons, and you can find this on the internet if you just jump into Mr. Google and type in, how do I calculate my heart rate? And the obvious one that pops up is 220 minus your age, all right? So for me, 173, roughly, I think it is. Yeah, sorry, 47, something like that. All right, but I know mine's 175. Now, why did I change that? Well, I've been doing triathlon for, like I said, about 12 years. My cardio base is a little fitter than the average person, okay? So my maximum hit is 175. That's where I usually tap out. And I know that. I've done a few tests and I've run that, and I know where things fall apart. It's not good to go over. Little story, this is going back quite some time now. And I used to live in Brisbane, I think, Kedron. And my mate gave me his heart rate. This is only when they were very new. And I took it for a run, and I'm like, let's see how far I can push this. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think it's a good thing to do, but I ended up getting up to something like 230 beats a minute. Now that's dangerous, and you know, looking back, it was just silly. So, but young and stupid, you know, you do things like that. So let's work on, okay, so 175 is what my maximum heart rate is. Now, that's dependable on the training or the discipline you're doing, I should say. So when you're in the water flat, right, your cardiovascular, your heart doesn't have to push as hard. It's got a horizontal planes working on it, right? So it's not thumping as hard compared to when you're on your bike or when you're running, all right? So you're obviously vertical when you're running. So if we work between those two, you're swimming, running, your heart has to work a little harder to push blood up to here, so you can think and function and do all that jazz. So when we calculate that number 175, most people I've spoken to in the game calculate as our bike maximum heart rate, and then what we do, we drop that by 5 for our maximum run heart rate. So mine's 170 on my run. And that's hence the different positioning. Now, we don't tend to worry too much about the swim because it's pretty hard to take a look at your heart rate while you're trying to swim. You know, if you're doing the old arm over and you want to have a bit of a glance, it's not really going to happen. Plus, this doesn't work in the water very well. I think there's new ones out now that do work in the water, but obviously if you're going to stop, check your heart rate, keep swimming. So, in a race, you know, at the end of the pool, when you're training, you want to check if you've been doing some really maximal efforts. You just pop, you know, your 2 fingers on your carotid artery and find the pulse, right? And then we want to do it over 60 seconds. So all you do is basically take your pulse to 6 seconds and just times by 10. All right, that's the quick calculation. Okay, because you don't want to, your brain's not really in a thought process in regards to that when you're full of chlorine or salt water. And that will give you a rough estimate of where your heart rate is. The pool, look, you usually tend to stay around the same thing, that maximum bike heart rate, so about 175. So that's, you know, and this is really, really, really rough. So that's sort of how we calculate that. I'll put a link in the notes below on where to go to actually find how to do all this. It's just, you know, working out where you want to be. Now, you don't have to go and buy an elaborate watch, you know, heart rate strap to do that. If you're just starting off, like I said, 2 fingers, or after you go and do your run, 2 fingers to find out where you're at, you know, and you can work out where you should be. Now, you're going to ask me, should I be running at maximum heart rate? No, we're not running at maximum heart rate. We want to run between around about 70 and 80% of that, right? So that number brings us down to into the 150s, 160s for me, right? So that's where around about 150, I run a bit lower than that, 145, 150, because it's my running's actually not too bad at the moment. If I was actually unfit, I'd probably just lift it a little higher, but just working with that. And you should be able to, and you're going to laugh at me with this because you're going to go do it and go, what the heck does he mean I can talk while I'm running? You should be able to talk a few words while you're running, right? And this is where you need to be. So if you're too high, if you can't get a word out, you need to pull back a little bit more, right? Until you can actually get a few words out while you're running along. Now they talk about conversational pace. Now that's conversational pace is, like I said, it can vary between people a fair bit. You know, if you run beside a few of my friends, you know, who are tapped out quite early, you know, they're struggling for air, you know, they're trying to get words out, right? So that's where you need to have a little bit of a go at a few of these things and just find your niche zone. Sorry, Richie knows. And from there, that's when we start to write down things, right? So we take a little log and we go, okay, today I ran 3K. My heart rate was, I felt this good. Now, I felt this good is actually a rating as well. We call it rated perceived deficit, or RPE, and we scale that between 1 and 10. 1 being I'm cruisy, I'm sitting on my butt doing nothing, like I am now, and 10 being you passed out inside the road, right? So that's flat out as hard as you can possibly push yourself, and we rate that. So, you know, so you get a little Excel spreadsheet, date, you know, what you did, run, my heart rate taking it this way, and your RPE. And this starts to give you a little bit of a track history on where your heart rate is going, or how fit you're starting to feel, right? So, and over time, that'll actually get better and better and better and better and better. And you'll feel, I mean, you'll have your good days, you'll have your bad days, but overall, you should notice that you should start to feel better and better and better after running more and doing more exercise. So that's just sort of heart rate for beginners in a nutshell. Now, like I said, I'll put some info below so you can go and have a bit of a gander at it and see where you are. And like I said, I can keep going on this forever and ever because there's so much involved with heart rate. You can just hit this, yeah, there's so many methods around on different types of training. It's just it's pretty much endless. So have a bit of a, like I said, just rewind, get your calculation, have a bit of read the information below, and see how you go. All right, so I'm out of here. I'm going to do some work, and I'll catch you later. See you guys.